What's up, fellas? Dropping another alpha mindset video today. If you're checking us out on the YouTube, don't forget, subscribe to the channel. If you're on the Facebook group, guys, make sure you comment below to get into the thread. Today I want to talk about implementation. So I know that we've been coming out fast and furious, and I think that a lot of times it's really easy to get the idea fairy, get really excited, but then not put anything into action. And today I wanted to address that specifically, mainly because this is the key, guys. Like, a lot of times we think that we need to put everything into play. Now, realize that I'm doing a lot of stuff, right? I'm doing training, I'm doing movement, I'm doing meditation, I'm doing journaling, right? I'm doing inward reflection, right? But then I'm also doing my job. I'm trying to be the best father. Like, guys, it takes a lot of time to be able to build all of those things into the machine. So the reality is that the goal is to be able to get to there one day. Right? One day. And I think that when people ask me, hey, Chris, what's this whole movement about? What is this whole business about? And the reality is, guys, is that I wanted to be able to create these videos to give you guys the understanding, the blueprints, the frameworks of what to do to be able to level up, right? To be able to become a high performer, right? Whatever that may be. You have a job already. Be a high performer at your job, right? This is how you make more money, right? Maybe maybe you're looking to get into something, you have entrepreneurial aspirations, and you just need some motivation or some goals or someone to kind of get you going, right? Give you a plan, kind of show you what to do. Maybe you just care about getting in the best shape of your life, and you're going to use this as that platform to be able to kind of help better your health, right? Because the reality is that some of you guys are probably killing it in many of the different areas, right? Some of you guys maybe already have a lot of financial success and a lot of wealth, right? So, you might not tune into that part, right? Maybe you're more interested in building the best body that you can, right? Maybe getting your nutrition on track, right? Maybe it's the spiritual health, or maybe it's inward reflection and working on breaking through some plateaus in your own life, or maybe it's, figuring out some relationships or why you can't have relationships, right? So there's all these different elements that we're talking about, and kind of the different stuff that I'm giving you guys are all the things that I put in place now, right? These were not habits that I had before, right? I take cold showers every single time, right? I didn't do that before, right? I do them now. Why? Because I understand the importance, and when I'm ready for the next habit, I adapt it, right? Or adopt it, I should say, right? You don't want to bring in too many habits. We learned this with precision nutrition a long time ago that, pretty much anytime you're trying to implement one habit, right, there's like an 87% likelihood that you're actually going to be successful with it, right? So that means that there's going to be some friction points. It's going to be difficult, and you need to expect that, right? So maybe you're not going to be just like coming out of the gate eating 3 meals a day with macronutrients, hitting 3 workouts each week, meditating and doing fucking saunas and shit, guys. Like, the reality is if you think that that's what it takes to get better, then you've already lost. Because the reality is you don't need, I was talking to one of my members today, right? The Latin derivative, right? So a lot of the words that we use today come from a Latin derivative, right? So success is the Latin, it comes from succession, right? Succession really just means the next thing, right? So what we need to do is learn the next thing in the process that gets us closer towards that goal. So if in a year and a half, you're training, you're eating healthier, you're being more connected in your relationships, you've learned to accept some of the things that have happened in your life, and you're not angry over them, or you're not blaming everyone else, you're not playing the victim, you're actually taking personal responsibility for the things that go well and the things that don't go well in your life, right? I think that a lot of times, man, like, most people don't even realize when they're having a conversation that they're literally just blaming other people for their lack of success. And I think that the reality is that I'll never do that. That's never who I'll ever be. And I think that that's the reason why I've been able to be successful, at least in my career. And I know that if you know me, then you know that I'm doing my thing, right? I don't really try to throw it out there on the things that I've done in my life, but I've had a lot of success in different areas in my life, whether it's having success in athletics, right? Having success in business. We just celebrated 10 years of running my gym here in Voorhees. We literally have, like, I don't know, 15, 20 gyms around me in a 5 square mile radius. And we went through COVID and we're still crushing, right? So at the end of the day, guys, you know, this stuff works. You just got to actually put it in action. And a lot of times it's easier to get excited about things and not actually do it, right? There's a lot of emotions, right? We feel good when we get an idea and we think, oh man, I'm going to do this. And I had this thought today because, like, doing the 7 days a week of working out is probably one of the newer things for me, because it's going in against an old belief system that I used to have, which was that you couldn't work out 7 days a week. And the reality is that you could. You just had to rethink it. You had to organize it the right way, right? So I do strength training 3 times a week. I do about 2 cardio workouts throughout the week. I do a mobility session throughout the week. I do yoga, right? So there's different workouts that I get in to make sure that I'm moving 7 days a week. Because I find that when I move 7 days a week, it puts me into better, higher frequency states, better energies, right? If energies, vibrations, if you're vibing, right? I'm sure you've heard of that term, vibing, that comes from the Hertz Human Emotion Energy Frequency Chart. When you don't do things that raise your vibrations, you sink and you become depressed, anxious, right? You want to be moving up. You want to be feeling good. You want to have clarity. You want to have motivation. You want to have inspiration. This is where great things happen, right? So you have to actively do things throughout the day that actually put you into a state where you actually do that, right? So I think the biggest thing that I want you guys to take home from this video is just simply don't try to implement everything, implement one thing. So in a few days, you're going to be seeing the blueprint, or at least a section of the blueprint that's going to be dropping, that's going to allow you to fill out a template. It's a productivity chart that makes sure that you can, organize your thoughts, organize your days, and just crush the week, right? So I love using this thing just to make sure that I'm doing what I got to do, man. It helps me stay in alignment with where I want to go, because when you're setting your goals on the weekend, then you can really use this to go back to during the week, because things are going to happen, things are going to come up, there's going to be tons of fires, and you got to be able to adjust. So if you don't have a game plan, if you don't have a blueprint going into the week, well, what are you going to adjust back to when life starts throwing you all the obstacles, right? So that is my gift to you guys, is to use that. My gift to you guys is to use these videos. My gift to you guys is I'm teaching you guys the things that you got to do to start making some changes. And the only thing that I'm asking in return is that you share this with other people, and that you actually engage with this content and do some of the stuff that I'm asking you to do, right? It doesn't have to be a lot of it, right, guys? Just do something, because you got to start implementing. All right. So with that being said, hopefully, I don't know when you're watching this. You could be watching this way into the future. You could be watching this right now in time. Probably not now, because I'm filming it right now. But August the 12th at 10:30 a.m. at Impact Performance and Fitness, we're going to be doing a free event. All right, so we're going to be dropping the list to get on. So we just wanted to kind of get it out there, let you guys know to be ready for it. This is going to be limited to about 20 to 25 people. So make sure that if you want to attend this event, make sure that you get onto that list, because it's going to be super limited, and I know that some of you guys are going to miss out, and that's just the way it is. So make sure that you take action, because hey, results like speed. So don't be a procrastinator sitting on the fence. If you want to do this, if you're ready to get motivated, if you're ready to actually do something come September, right? Because the goal is that we get you guys on fire so that September, October, November, you guys are absolutely crushing it with clarity on where you need to go and where you need to be, so that you can be ready for the holidays, man. Like, this is what it's about. It's like most of the people are always just like getting ready as the moment is there, right? When you're doing that, when you're in that reactive state, all you're doing is increasing your stress, right? You're increasing your cortisol levels. Cortisol is going up, testosterone's going down, because you're not getting sleep, you're not eating the right stuff, right? Guys, here's the reality. When testosterone goes down, estrogen goes up. So if you're not taking care of yourself, you're actually feeling less like a man. Scientifically, biologically, and hormonally, that's actually what's happening. Testosterone's going down, estrogen's going up, And hey, a good sign of that, guys, is, you know, flabby around the midsection. You got to get rid of that, man. Doing the training, doing the eating, taking care of yourself. Because at the end of the day, man, you got to be alive for your kids, right? You got to be alive for your family. And God forbid, you know, with the storms that are happening right now, like let's snap into reality real quick. Let's finish it up, guys. Got cut off. So I said, you wake up out of the sim. Wake up out of the sim. The sim is day-to-day life. It's the rut. You guys are going to work, right? You're like pounding caffeine, right? Smoking cigarettes, drinking on the week. Like, it's just this routine that goes on. And we call that in nutrition world a cycle, right? We call it a cycle. In my world, we call it the cycle of suck. But reality is what happens is you're getting in a loop. You have to break the loop. Pattern interrupts, break the loop. New habits equal new pattern interrupts. So if you can break the loop, you can create a new habit, and in that time takes usually 2 weeks to 3 weeks to be able to keep that habit. So you got to stick with it even when it starts to get hard. 7 days a week workouts are starting to get hard. Today was not an easy workout. I had to gut it out, but I knew that once I got through, I felt even better because I knew that I kept the streak alive. The streak alive creates a sense of dopamine in the brain, which keeps you going towards your goal even further. So as long as you keep on doing and taking action moving forward, you increase dopamine, you increase good vibrations, happier thoughts, positive vibrations. So if you're feeling low or depressed or negative, easy way to get positive is to set a goal, set a new habit, and then follow it. So it needs to be easy and simple. So if you're doing nothing, start with drinking water, start with a bedtime, start with a wake up time. Do something, take action. I'll holla at you guys. See you on the next one.